When you're by my side, the way I feel when we cross the line, the way I feel it's so hot tonight. I never wanna let you go. Why you gotta be like that?
What's up? We back.
What's up?
Bill. Okay, if you've been living under a rock, you probably don't realize that Bill Cosby is going to jail. He's going to jail for 3 to 10 years for a slew of rape charges.
Rape and sexual assault charges, yes.
And it's very conflicting because he is 80 years old. He'd be lucky if he made it the next month, let alone 3 years from now.
It doesn't matter. If he committed it, he committed it. If he did really hurt those women, then, he does need to, and lack for a better term, be punished for his actions.
Okay, but let's be honest. You can't tell me that some of them women did not realize what was going on. I mean, this dude was rich. So 9 times out of 10, if he wanted it, he can get it.
That's true, but doesn't mean he needs to take it by force. That's the case of some of these women is they didn't realize 100% what was going on. Some of them were very young, and then some of them knew what was going on, but they thought because he's so rich and powerful, he's famous, they didn't want to speak out against him.
But then somebody thought if I sleep with him, he'll give me money.
That is true. That is their own fault because that is their own mistake.
That is,
Because
but
they consented to it. So they can't. Okay. The rule of consent is no means no, and any answer other than yes means no. If he asked them for sexual favors and they assumed he was going to pay them,
that's their mistake.
that's their fault. They consented to it. But if they were too afraid to say anything against him, too afraid to tell him no because of who he is and how, the money he has, even if I say no and he does it, I can't say anything because he has lawyers and he'll be able to get away with it.
And you got to think about those times. This didn't happen in 2018. This happened
In the 90s.
Yeah, this happened in the 90s. Women only recently had rights that were even remotely equal to men's. So to go up against someone who was like Bill Cosby in his prime with all that money and everything like that,
his money, with all of his fame.
it would be practically impossible for a woman. It was hard enough for a man to go up against somebody rich in the 90s, but let alone a woman.
Even now, it's very hard for a woman to accuse a man of sexual assault.
No, it's not. Plenty of men have gone down for rape, and I'm talking about jail.
I know. And I
yeah.
get that, but there's still a lot. There's still millions more who haven't because either the woman is scared or they came out and they said something to somebody and that person told them that they were lying, accused them of lying.
But
now,
the
there
flip
are
side-
people out there who do lie. Like last week, a woman went away to jail because she lied. She falsely accused a man of raping her to get attention, to get him to go to jail. I don't know if she didn't like him. I don't know the whole story. But she was sentenced to prison because she lied about rape,
It's fine.
That's fine. You're going to
lied.
condemn a man for the rest of his life as a racist or rapist. I apologize.
Dang, Rob.
I apologize.
That's the topic of another conversation.
That's going to be another conversation.
Yes, indeed.
But to condemn a man who didn't do anything and label him as a rapist, that's wrong. Now, if he actually is, I've got no problem with it.
But see, the flip side is also true because a lot of people think that a man cannot be raped. It is perfectly the opposite because, first off, a man will get erect regardless.
Blow a little air on that thing and it's up.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, for sexual activity to be going on down there, it's gonna get hard. You can't say, oh, it's hard. Oh, he wanted it. I mean, it's not. It's an involuntary human reaction.
Same with women. Oh, she was wet, so she wanted it. She just didn't say she wanted it. No. If you're playing around down there, it's gonna get wet. It's a bodily function to lubricate itself.
It is. And, it's sad when good people are actually taken down for rape that have not done anything. Ruin their lives, labeled as a sexual predator because the woman got mad because he cheated on her. It's ridiculous. And it twisted around so the ones who are actually raped to be labeled as liars. And I don't think people realize that.
There have been enough people in this world who have lied about such a serious offense. And sadly, it's everybody's go-to to label that person as a liar. It's not fair to the actual victim. It's wrong.
It's crooked.
It is. I mean, a lot of times that's one of the reasons why these victims don't come forward because they don't want to be labeled as a liar. Or, let's face it, people, they're going to go to court and they're going to have to relive that all over again.
And again. And again. again.
They're going to have
and
to tell the
again.
police every detail of what happened. They're going to have to tell a jury every detail that happened.
The news.
Any reporters that they want to share their story with, everything that happened. I mean, they're going to have to go over it at least 3 times.
And going through it once was bad enough.
Exactly.
It's not the fact that you were raped that gets, it's your self-confidence, the feeling of being safe when you're in your house by yourself. That's taken away.
In your own neighborhood, even.
I mean, those people have got to feel like everyone is watching them at every single turn.
I mean, at certain points, you can't even go to Walmart. You can't even walk through the Walmart parking lot without being attacked.
That is sad.
That's sad. I mean, a public place. You cannot walk through a public parking lot without feeling insecure or unsafe.
And that is bad. But
back to our topic on Bill. We always do this.
Ah, dang it, Bill. Bill, what you doing, man? It's like, what? Bill. I'm black, and he is and was one of the most predominant figures in the black community. He was the quote-unquote black father of those times. So
I'm not. I'm Caucasian. You know, I'm a mix of everything except for African.
She a white girl.
I'm a white girl. But even I grew up watching the Bill Cosby show. Grew up reading the Little Bill books, and I love them. I never saw race. You know, I've never seen race my entire life. I mean, my best friend. Look at my best friend.
Yeah, that is right.
My best friend.
Wait, we getting on track.
I think we're going to have to redo this one.
Okay.
So back to Bill.
Yeah, back to
A lot of people are wondering,
will he die in prison?
He's 80 years old. It's very, very likely that he may pass away while he's in prison. But
extremely.
Granted, my great grandma lived to be 90, almost 91. Bless her soul. I mean, I miss her dearly, but
so he gets 10 more years. Good for him.
I feel like if he actually did it, and again, this is my opinion, this is completely opinion based, you know, no facts. If he did do it, I'm sorry, he deserves it.
Anybody who actually raped someone actually deserves it.
Yes.
Regardless of who they are.
If it's people just, you know, pissed off because he didn't pay them, you know, 20 years ago when they
was working the red light district.
Mm-hmm. You know, if they mad at him because he never paid them, he never gave them any money, which they thought he would, they assumed he would. Or even if he said they would. You need
a written agreement that you will pay. Somebody like that, you need a written agreement.
It's getting to the point in the society where you need to have a written agreement, written and signed contract just to have sex with somebody.
That's what I'm saying. I will have sex with you. I consent.
Yeah. I so-and-so, blah, blah, blah.
At this time, at this place.
At this date, at this place, at this exact time, and how many times we did it. Especially our generation. We're like rabbits.
We are.
I know a girl who's the same age as me.
Pregnant
with 4 kids already.
And we're thinking, dang, you repopulating fast. But,
back to Bill again.
The last thing.
People are wondering where his wife was during all that.
I'm curious to know that too. There's no way that his wife didn't know that something was going on.
I don't know, because people are pretty good liars, especially actors. Actors are great at lying.
Yes, they are, but still, like, you live with the man.
So he could say he's on set. I gotta go on set. I'll be back in a couple hours. I gotta go take care of a few paperwork. I mean, having his own show and being the star of his own show, he has plenty of excuses to why he wasn't at the house.
If you and your husband or your wife just got into an argument and y'all ain't talked for over a month, but he comes in the house happy every other night, like the birds are singing or something like that, and y'all still fighting, something is going on.
That's true, but again, he's an actor. He can hide it very easily.
Well, he did. He was, Bill Cosby. But it's just one of those things.
But at the same time, she could know what's happening. I mean, come on. Hillary Clinton knew what Bill was up to the whole time. And now Bill's wife, she may have known. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know the full story. We don't know what she did. We don't know what she didn't.
Honestly, I think she did, but that's just me.
The way she's been acting through this whole process, now I know it could just be a face, but she ain't even acted surprised that any of this happened, that any of this went down.
I mean, maybe it hasn't sunk in yet or whatever.
That could be, or her surprise was off camera, and then when she went on camera, she had a face to help protect Bill, her husband. Okay, look, I know. He's 80 years old. He's blind. He's old. He's going. He can go at any time. If I had a husband, I'm not married, thank God, right now. I don't need an overgrown child in my life.
Hey!
I'm sorry, I got DT.
Hey!
But, I mean, if I'm married, if I'm lucky enough to find that special man in my life, if he were to do something like that, I wouldn't stand by him.
I wouldn't.
I'd kick him to the curb.
I
I'd be like,
wouldn't stand by my wife.
He did it. He did it.
Right here. Popo, he's in over
I'll hold
here.
it down for you. Serious. But we don't know how Hollywood is. You know, we don't live out there. We ain't famous.
It's very twisted. Hollywood is twisted.
Hollywood is extremely twisted.
You got to really pray in Hollywood because some people will try to drag you down. Again, another topic for another day. Which I don't know if Lady Rouse would. Lady Rouse, are you gonna be back?
I'm gonna be back.
She gonna be back.
Y'all know I'm gonna be back.
Don't forget to subscribe and
Hello.
don't forget to subscribe and follow. Leave some comments. Check out my podcast. I will be providing the link pretty soon. I'm DT Peace, and I've been here with
Lady Rouse.
You're watching the Blaze Crew on DT Peace Live. Bye, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
You're listening to Blaze Crew on DT Peace Live and Podcast Radio.